that I'm using right now. And right now it says start, the Hangout is live on air. So now it's recording. And then what I can do right here is go to screen share. So instead of seeing my face, what you're seeing right now from my camera on my computer, you'll see that I'm going to choose to show you my screen. And then that's what everyone's seeing right now. So then instead of seeing that, you're now seeing the screen. And then I'm going to show you Google Apps.
If I wanted to film what I'm doing on the smartboard, would I just face the computer there and let it?
No, because what you're doing on the smartboard, you're also doing on your computer. So you can just do the screen share.
Okay, so when I'm linked up to the smartboard and I'm up there doing things on the smartboard, it's actually showing on my computer screen at the same time?
Yes, because you have the software for the smartboard on your computer.
Well, I never see that because I'm up there and I don't know what's happening.
Yes, you're seeing the writing. Most of the time, if you're writing something, it should record. I've never tried it. We can try it right now and go back if we want. But in my head, I'm thinking that that should work and it should record because whatever you're showing up and what you write shows up on the computer too. So it should be there.
No, it must, because one time I didn't erase what was up there. I didn't clear it.
And it was there.
Stuck there.
Yeah.
Once it closed it, so it saved the income.
Yeah. So then yes, it should do that. So what you guys are going to learn about today is you guys are going to learn about sort of the Google Apps. And I'm going to show you docs, slides, maybe forms a little. And then if there's anything else you want to learn, let me know because I'll tell you. I'll you know, this is very open to you asking questions, you having, you know, how do I do this? It's very geared towards you. And just so you know, I'm the librarian at the middle school. I'm the new librarian at the middle school. My name's Alyssa Malaspina. I'm also a Google certified trainer, certified educator, level 1. I haven't done my level 2 training yet. But I want to make this very much like some of you are at different levels. Some of you use Google a lot. Some of you may not have. So I want to make this geared towards you. Now, Google Chrome is the preferable browser to use because that's the one that the Google Docs and stuff tend to work best in. But you can use on your computer, you might have Firefox or something like that. That's okay. I'm in Google Chrome right now. If you see up here, do you guys know what that little box thing is? Have you seen that before? That's my favorite tool in the world. Because what that is it gives you the choices right there. You don't have to type in Drive or Docs or any of that. It puts it right there for you. You can just click on those. So Google Drive is really where everything comes from. It's like docs, sheets, all of that sort of come from Drive. And then when you save everything, it all goes into that Drive. So it's like that main hub is Google Drive. And if you see here, this is my Drive here, and you can see I have different folders. You can organize things by folders. You can make it look like different views. So right up here, I can do a list view, or I can do it as, you know, that's sort of the list view, and then those are the icon views. I can make a folder if I wanted. So if I want to make a new folder, I can just click on that little arrow up here that says Drive, and I can say like new folder, and I could title it, I don't know, you know, what is this here? Budget. And I can hit create. And then I can drag documents right into it that I may have. And it'll go into that document. Or if I have a document here and I wanted to say put it in a folder, I can click on it here. And in a minute, when it comes up, you see that little icon on the side of the document? I can move it to a folder, and it'll allow me to choose the folder I want to move it to. So if I wanted to say move it to the budget folder, I can move it right into here and move it that way. But Drive is really the place where all your stuff is stored. There is no limit in Drive. You can store as much as you want in a Google for Education account. If you have a home account, there is a limit. It's a really big limit. But for school, there is no limit. And you can access everything from home or from school. There's no, you can access everything everywhere. So I know some of you were used to saving your stuff on like your folder in your, on the computers here. I highly recommend when you have a second, which, we as educators always have a second, taking as much stuff and putting it onto the Drive as possible, because that way you're not going to lose it, because you can't access that folder at home. So if there's anything you're afraid you might lose or something might go wrong, move it over to the Drive here, because then you can access it.
I took everything that was on my school server, which wouldn't work at home.
Right.
And I put it on my desktop as a folder on my desktop.
But can you still get into it at home?
Yeah, because it's now a folder. On my
Okay,
desktop.
yeah, so you can do that, or you also just want to make sure, because if you want to get to that stuff and you're not on that
It's only on this
computer, yeah.
So
Now you can upload everything, because you can go here to go to new, and you can go to file upload, or you can go to folder upload, and you can literally do folder upload and take any folder. Like, I don't think I have any folders on this desktop. Oh, I do. I could take this picture one and I could hit upload, and it would upload that entire folder for me for pictures. It's going to take a little bit of time if it's a big file.
554 megabytes.
So you'll be sitting for a little bit, but you'll see that it will, it has that, and it's doing that for you.
Good.
You also have the
Once it's in the cloud now, any computer, any device.
any computer, any device, it will now be there for you. You can also go into here, and you can see any recent files you were working on will sort of show up there. If you've thrown anything in the trash, it will be there. It stays in the trash for like, I think 30 to 60 days before it will delete. I don't know. It depends on how the administration has it set up. But if you're like, oh my God, I put something in the trash, it doesn't automatically delete the trash. So you can go back and get it. You also have the ability to have Google Photos. And Google Photos store everything too. So any photos you might have, you can load up here. It will automatically go into your Google photos too. And then anything that's been shared with me. So, sometimes you might get something from somebody saying, shared with me, you've been shared on this document, or where, any of that will all showed up in the shared to me area here. But remember, just like Google, when you're doing a Google search, the best part about Google Drive is the ability to search on the top. So if you're like, where was that document? I think somebody shared something with me. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. What does it say? I can't remember the name of it. You can literally type a word in, like, I don't know, budget. If you start typing in budget, you're going to see everything that comes up with the word budget in it. And then I can find the document.
So it doesn't matter whether it's in the Drive.
It doesn't matter if it's in the shared part or in your Drive. It will pull up everything that you have access to with that word, with that phrase, with, that in there, and you can search for it.
And now how can I move something that's in my shared folder and put it into my Drive?
Well, it's in your Drive already.
Right.
What you can do is it's sort of there, but you want to be able to find it easier.
Right.
you can say make a folder and throw it in there. So if I wanted to say this brochure, okay, I can move it. You see where it says add to my drive up here? You can then take that and you can add it, and I can add it to a certain spot. So if I wanted it to go into, I don't know, forms and templates, okay? I can just move it that way, and it would move then into that folder. I can also say star it. So if I go into it, I can star it, and then it will show up as a starred document. Usually it's there. You see this little star here on the side? That makes it's sort of a favorite. So if I go back to then my drive, and I go here, you see where it says starred on that side there? Then any documents that I put here will be starred. So that's another way if you're trying to like organize things and you're like, ooh, that document's really important. I have to use it all the time. It's something I'm going to use constantly. Instead of me searching for it or trying to figure out what folder I put it in, you can star it, and then it shows up there. If it's something you've recently done, you can just click there to go to recent, and it will show up that way. And you have different options. So you have different settings on your drive too that you can have. You can, if you want, and some people like this, you have the ability, if you want to take every word, when you're bringing in, say, Word documents or something like that, you have the ability to have it automatically converted to a Google Doc each time. I tend not to do that because sometimes the conversion doesn't always go right. So I'd rather like have my Word copy and have the ability, if I want, to go in and change it. But you can do that. You can automatically put your Google folders into your drive if you want. So there's little things that you can do with the settings. And then you can, if you wanted to look here by like last modified by me, last opened by me, I can do that too. So there's all these different settings. We're going to look at Docs first. So Docs is, think of it as Word. It's basically Word. But there's some cool added features to Word that aren't normally there and that you can add on. Best part about it, automatically saves for you. You don't have to worry about it. It's constantly automatically changing and saving for you. It automatically makes an untitled document. I like to name it something like, I don't know, test, showing how to use Docs. It's got basically your normal features as Word does. You have the ability to print here, undo, redo. You can paint. I don't think I've ever really used paint, but if you wanted, you could paint. You can zoom, normal text, Title I options, all of that. Change your font, change your size, change your text color. You can do highlighting. You've got all those fun, the 1, 2, 3, the bulleted list. It's the stuff that you normally see with Word. But they do have some cool features here that you can't normally get with Word. So you see in here where it says Tools, if you go to Research, what Research allows you to do is it allows you to open up a Google search window without ever leaving the doc. And this is a really cool thing to teach your students about. Because instead of them having to have a Google Doc open, the Google search bar or a tool open, they can do most of their research right here from their document. So I can research everything. If I just wanted to research images, so I don't know, say I wanted to find a Google image of a test, it right here pulls in the images, and I can literally just drag it into my document, and it automatically cites it for me. So it tells me where I got that image from. So it automatically makes the footnotes for the kids too, which is a good, nice feature to have because the kids like to not do that. If I wanted to have them just look at scholarly journal articles about, I don't know, testing, I can have it right here, and I could click on it. It would take me to the article, the citation, and I could go in and find out more about the citation or the article itself. And then if I wanted to look, if I was like, oh my God, this is perfect, that was the perfect, journal article, I could cite as a footnote right here, and it makes my footnote for me right into the document, which is a nice feature too. So they have, you could search the dictionary, so it's already does the dictionary. So if a kid is like, what word is this? It already has a dictionary built in. So we could have the kids looking up dictionary words right there too. Or you could search everything, and it's going to bring up web results and different stuff right there for you. So Google Research is a very good tool that I like to show people because I think it's helpful. Another tool that's really good that they just added is called voice typing. Have you guys tried this yet?
No, but that would be very interesting for languages.
Especially for me.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it actually, I used it not too long ago because I was given a document as a piece of paper, and it was like questions that I needed to answer. And I was like, I am not wanting to retype this whole thing. It's going to take me forever to do. So I'm going to use the voice typing, and I'm going to speak in the question so that then I could answer it. So if you go to voice typing, if I do click to speak, hello, my name is Alyssa.
That's awesome.
It spelled my name wrong.
Does it do languages?
En français.
Parlez-vous français?
There we go.
Muy bien. So you have the ability to type it, which is very nice for kids that might speak better. Like my son has a 504, and he does better speaking than when he tries to translate it into typing or putting it on paper. He loses a lot of it. So for him, having the ability to speak does better. Now, and so now I can go back and change this. Like it spelled my name wrong. I can go back. You're going to keep getting that because I don't know why it's not getting rid of it. And I can go right in and, change the spelling or add the punctuation. But if I say period, new line, it will automatically put the period and the new line in for me. So for some of our children, having that ability is a really nice thing. And it's a good thing just for you if you want to use it. That is voice typing.
Okay, click it, and then just click to speak.
Yep,
And
and
then
it
you
might
find-
say it might say on top, it might say something like allow you to use your microphone. Does it?
Yeah.
You say allow.
Okay, gotcha. This is so cool.
Why don't you try it? Spend 2 minutes now and trying
And
it.
now where's the microphone that I should be speaking?
It's gonna be right in your computer.
Mine's not popping up.
Okay, let me come and see.
Hello?
So if you go to, are you using
Hello?
A, B, C,
Do you have
Oh,
voice
yeah,
typing?
done.
Hello?
Oh, I had to download
It's
the
a
app.
Hello
I got my
Kitty and
menu
I
shows
spoke
up.
Spanish.
I had to download.
I said, hi, how are you?
Show
And
up.
it said, Hello Kitty.
Why, go out and go back in again.
Oh, that's hysterical.
I'm gonna try a new document.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Nothing. Hello?
So in order to stop, you have to hit
Are
that
you
big
listening?
red button? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why yours isn't showing up.
Google Docs can't turn on your
Do you have a
microphone.
different
Learn how to
Gmail
fix
account?
this.
other than that?
Hello,
my name is
Amy.
It's probably not, for some reason, I don't know why it's not showing up on your choices.
Should I try the Gmail again?
Yeah, try switching to the Gmail account.
It said my microphone wasn't working.
Says your microphone wasn't working, let's see.
I just, it was the instructions, I was trying to solve the problem.
Okay, let's go back. You can't turn on your microphone. Oh, because this way, you have to say aloud here. Email. Now try it again.
What was that? What was that loud for?
It was like a little pop-up thing. Now if you go to voice typing. What did it say? Hello? I said aloud. Go back out maybe and try again. Are yours is good?
I don't know. I think it's too old to do it. Guidance gets the new bootleg ones. No, they're not new. These are like 10 years old.
Bootleg,
Huh.
We have the bootleg Max.
I don't know why that's not doing it. Might be because it's old.
It might be. I'm assuming that's.
Okay.
testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
Are you posting, guys?
I'm in guidance.
So you guys got it to work?
Good.
He just doesn't, his isn't showing up at all, which is odd to me.
Pickled peppers. They got it.
I don't know why yours isn't showing up, why you're not having the voice typing option.
It's probably something I never use anyway.
Yeah, it might be, so don't worry that much about it.
So I can use this like to edit. So if my students send me their documents,
Period, new line.
instead of going like correcting, I
You,
can say, voice it.
yeah, you could voice it. You could put it on the bottom and you could put a little voice, like, you could say something like Miss, M says this.
Oh, so how do that would be interesting if they could hear my voice.
Well, there is a way to do that. There is voice talking in. It's a extension, I think, that we could add. And I got to remember which extension it is. It's been a while since I played with that one. But if you remind me, there is a way to do that.
That would be
And I'll
cool.
try, before the end of this class, remind me and I'll try to look at it. And if I can't remember, I'll find out and I'll email you it.
Okay, cool.
But you also have the ability, have you guys ever used add-ons?
No.
Add-ons are incredible. This is going to make your life so much better. So you're always like, what is that add-on on the top? So I already, as you see here, you're going to see, like, I have these things that say, like, EasyBib, GMath, Open Clip Art, Tag Cloud Generator, stuff like that. You probably have nothing, right?
No.
So you're going to go to Get Add-ons. Now, they have all of these add-ons right here that you can choose from that will help you when you're doing things. So if you are, the ones that I highly recommend are EasyBib. So go to EasyBib and you're going to hit free. I think it's going to say like free under it. And then you're going to say accept and okay. So if you're a math teacher or do math or need to write lesson plans with math in it, I highly recommend the GMath one too. Oh, okay, that was it. The Kazaa Mini. Remember I told you there was one that you could see, highlight, and speak instead of typing?
Uh-huh.
That's the one you want.
Kaizen Mini.
Yes.
Now, what's the easy bit?
So I'm going to show you EasyBib right now.
Okay, so just that.
Just-
I'm a foreign language teacher, so.
Okay, So there's a translate one too that might be good for you.
So I should not put easy bid?
No, use the Easy Bib too. I'm gonna show you a few of them,
Okay.
but you guys can go through because some of them are gonna be better than others for you. Like these are the ones that I like to show. Easy Bib is an excellent one because what it does is it allows you to create your bibliography without ever leaving the doc. So if I go to Easy Bib and I go to Manage Bibliography, it has a built-in citing sources right here. So if I have a book, let's say I'm using, I don't know, The Great Gatsby. And I search for title. Did I spell Gatsby wrong? Yeah. Let's say I do, I don't know, Hunger Games. And I can search right here by title. I can hit select. And it's got the book right here. And I can go right here and add to bibliography. And it will then make it, I know. And I can choose all these different ones. I can choose MLA, APA, Chicago, all of these here. I can type a book by an ISBN, a keyword, okay? I have journal articles. If I know the title of the journal article, I can put it right in. Websites. If I put a website URL, like let's say this URL here, I don't know, or let's say I'm at, say I wanted to use this website here. So I can take this article and I can go back into my thing here and hit search. And if I have, come on, what happened? And you see how it says Yahoo News and I hit select and it finds my article and it does it for me. And then I can add both to the doc. So if you see here, now there's my bibliography. It made my bibliography right here for me. So this is great if you're having to do anything that has to do with a bibliography, but it's also great to show your students because then they can make their bibliography right there. If you're a math teacher, the GMath is really good. The GMath, because it's hard to create mathematical expressions or anything like that on a Word doc. It's a pain in the neck. So I can create mathematical expressions right here. I can speak into it, or I can, or I can go right down here and I could build my expression this way. So if I wanted to do, I don't know, a blah, 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 I don't even know what this is, plus this, and I can insert, you see how it made it right here for me? It made that expression for me and it put it right into my document. Or I can talk if I wanted to say 6/8 minus 5. No, I don't know why it got B, but it would then, it can speak the thing and then you can insert it in. So then there's my little thing. And I can edit it too. If I was like, no, that's not right, I only wanted this, I can edit it before I put it into my document. And it makes the text for you.
Can you write it out and then solve it? And just solve it for you?
No. I wish. But
Can I ask a question about Kaizen?
yes, I'm going to go to that next. That one I haven't played that much with. So let's try it.
Before I download it, it says highlight and speak instead of typing. So I'm an English teacher, students give me a essay.
Right.
I highlight with the cursor, and then I speak my
Yes,
comments. Does it play my voice back to
yes,
students?
yes, it will.
So it's not typing what I'm saying.
No, it will play your thing back. So if I'm like, I'm a
Well,
teacher,
that's dangerous.
okay, and I teach at, I don't know, Somerville Middle School, okay? Subject, I'm gonna say library. Grade level, I don't know. I'm gonna say 6. So you would then make up a class for your kids, but you can do that through Kaizen. And I think it's free. What is it? How do we spell it?
Would I be able to use this in already established classrooms like Google Classroom or Actively Learn?
I think you can put everything in there because it becomes part of the document. So once you have spoken into it, you have set up your classes. I've seen it. I have never fully played with it. I'm willing to like come and help you with it, or, you know, at some point we can play with it more. But what it allows you to do is from that website, I think, and I want to make sure I'm spelling it right. It should allow you Kaizen. So Kaizen. How did it, K-A-Z, what is it? Such a weird spelling, K-A-I-Z-E-N, A.
Is there a limit on the add-ons?
No, you can put a lot on if you wanted. So, okay, so then if you were to sign in with Google to this, yeah, you can, so what you can do is you can sign in with your Google account to do Kaizen. And then you can say I'm a teacher. And I can say Somerville Middle. And I teach all subjects. Okay, so then let's see. Okay, so then you would invite your students. And then once you invite your students, I think then you can then put them in with you, and then they would be able to then get the little link and you can talk to them and they can talk back. So what you can then do is if you're editing that document, then if I were to say highlight this part, I could speak and be like, you spelled your name wrong. Or why don't you think about this instead of this, instead of typing it all? You could speak it and then the kids can hear you. I'd have to play around with it a little more to see exactly how it works. But if this is something you're interested in, we can maybe ask Jen to do it as a, you know, extensions class, or I could do a class on just Kaizen at some other point. It's something because I was a librarian, never used, but I know some teachers who have used it and they say it's game changing and life changing for them.
Did you see Easy Accents?
Yes, I put it up.
So,
Because sometimes
Yes.
on Google Docs, it doesn't allow my students to do an accent.
well, Easy Accent now, if you have them add that on, the Easy Accent right there makes it really easy for them. So like if you, Easy Accent one, I don't know where that is. I search it. Easy, I can search here. So you can show your kids, go, you can be like, go to Easy Accent. And then I can select my language, I don't know, Spanish. And then it already automatically makes the E, the N. So they can be typing and then they're like, look, I need that O, and it already makes it for me.
See, like, with my Mac, I just have to hold down.
Yeah, but it's,
But there's sometimes in certain documents that it does not allow that.
right, so now you can just show them, the kids right there, Easy Accent, right on the left-hand side, it's there for you.
Perfect.
So they have a lot of these add-ons are here for you. There's a clip art one, so if you're doing like, you want your kids to make clip art, you can do search clip art, and it has like 50,000 images, and you can just take the clip art and drag it right in to your document right there for you. You never have to leave your website and go find clip art. It's like right there.
Is there a way to remove an add-on?
Go to manage add-ons at the bottom and say I don't want, I don't know, Easy Accents. I can go to, I think, manage, and I can go to remove.
Beautiful. I was gonna ask you how do you remove one.
So I just put one in that said it was free. When I got there, it said 14-day trial.
Okay, so then
And then it wasn't free.
that stinks, but some of them, they do that.
Okay,
So you can go to manage and then remove. So if I didn't want Easy Accents anymore, I can get rid of it. Another fun one, do you guys ever use tag clouds? This is a good way to check kids. If you're an English teacher or even a Spanish teacher or something like that, and you want to see how many times they're using certain words, or you want to do like a little tag cloud thing, it will take the document and it'll create a cloud based on the words that are in there.
Can I give you a sample?
So like this one, you see how it automatically took, so it found Yahoo News showed up like a few times, so that was the biggest, but it then made different words on the side here. And I could refresh the cloud and create a different looking one. So it automatically like makes a little Wordle or tag cloud for you. So that's a nice little fun one if you're trying to teach the kids, make little things. Sharing. Do you guys understand the sharing features of Google Drive?
Yeah.
Okay, sorta? Okay, we'll go over it. Sharing is what makes this the best, what I love about Google Drive more than I love Word or anything like that. Because if there's more than one person who wants to work on it, I can't share it with you. It's a pain in the neck. I have to upload my copy in Word. I'd have to upload my copy and I have to download it to you. And then I'd have to make your changes. And then I have to upload and make sure we're on the right copy and all of that. Well, with Google, I don't have to do that. I can hit share and I could either share by an email address. So if I wanted to, and now remember, all of our email addresses, anybody in the school districts are here. So if you wanted to share it with me, you could type you could just type the E and my name will show up and I could click it right there and I can say, you could give her the ability to edit it, comment it, or view it. And I can add a note like, hey, look at this, and I can, send it to me. If I don't want it to do that, I have other options where it says get shareable links. I have different choices. I have the ability to have anyone at Somerville Public Schools with the link can edit. So if anybody who has the last, the at Somerville, somervilleschools.org, whatever, if I wanted to and they had the link, they could edit this document if I wanted. Can comment, can do that, can view. I can do more. I can make it public on the web. Anybody wants to, they can find my document. It's public. I can do that. If I want to make it so that anybody who I send the link to has the ability to do something with that, then I can choose that. And then I can choose what they want, can choose, can edit, can view, can comment, and all of that. So I'm going to make this anybody with the link. I'm going to make it public on the web because I want to show you something. So I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to say anyone can view. So now this is a public document. Now, if I were to go here and I go to publish to the web, so say you have a web page, and I do. I have one for my library, and I have made some documents public so that I put it on the web page that the kids can see it. It might be the rubric for the assignment I'm giving, and I want them to have it, you know, and I want the students and everybody to be able to see this. If I make it public on the web and I hit publish, then it gives me a link that then I can send to everybody, and then they can see it. It's open for anybody. It also gives me an embed code that if I know how to make websites, I can put in the embed code, and it would then publish it and allow that document to be viewed anywhere on the web, which is a nice feature. Most of the time, you don't have the ability to do that. That's another nice feature about Google, that it allows it to be public, and that anyone can do it if you have made it that it's public document. So the sharing feature is really good. Docs is just like that. I'm going to show you now briefly. I'm going to show you slides. Slides is PowerPoint. If you can make a PowerPoint, you can make a slide. The only thing is with slides is you can have more than one person working on it at the same time. So now, especially because the kids have the Chromebooks, there is no reason to ever use PowerPoint again, because you can assign a group of students a project and say, make a PowerPoint or make a slides presentation, and both of them can be working on it at the same time. There's no like, it's on this computer, I can't get to it, I can't, you know, share it. They can all work on it at the same time, because just like we did Drive with the docs, we have the ability to share right here, and we can make this, I don't know, showing people. And I can then get the shareable link, and I can share that with a certain person and allow them to edit it and do all of that.
Is there a feature where, because when they share, sometimes depending on the maturity of a class, they start fooling around with each other's, you know, assignments and work?
You have the revision history. Do you know about revision history?
No. Can you show me
Okay.
that?
So revision history works for both docs and slides and anything like that. I'm going to show you in docs just because that one I have some stuff that I've done changes to. So if I go in here and I go to, where is it? I just got to remember where it is. Okay. You go to File, and you go to See Revision History. You can see every revision that has been made to the document.
But can you see it on exactly what like what slide? Because it could, if I have a document and.
Yep, you'll be able to see it in a slide too. So let me pull up a slide that's somebody that I've made. And I don't think I've made any in this one, but I know I have ones in here. It's gonna get. So if I go to, I get out of this. Like if I typed, let me type something in here. Let me make a new slide. Let me add, I don't know, this. Let me type something here, type something there. And then if I go to File, See Revision History, you'll be able to see all the revisions I made. So if I like have that stuff now, And if I wanted to, I could restore it to this version where I didn't make any of the mistakes or, didn't have anything. I can restore back. And I can see who made the changes. Did you see how it said my name under it in revision history? So if you have kids that are fooling around in a document, you can see, oh, that was Johnny that made that revision and
If you
deleted
click-
that out.
If you click on one of those that you have your name.
Yes, I can get it to restore to this version.
So it just did, it went right back to where,
Where it was.
okay, good.
And I can hit restore to this version. So, which is another nice feature about Google, is anything it's never fully lost. Like, oh my God, the kid deleted something or that did something. No, you can always do the revision history and go back and restore it to the version as to where it was okay. So if like, oh my God, I accidentally hit this, I can hit restore to this version. There's my version again. Everything's good. It's back to where I am. But you saw that it also in the revision history showed me the name. So I can know, well, I was the only one who owned this document, that I was the one who made the changes. But if we had it shared between a number of people, you would be able to tell that Johnny was the one who made
I
the mistake.
started using Google Classroom because I didn't know this feature, but now.
No, but using Google Classroom is good too, because that allows you to, it makes the copies for the kids, but it also, no matter any document in Google, you can always use that revision history. So it works for anything there. It allows you that ability to do that, to see those changes that, and it also is good because if you are doing a group project, you can check to see in that revision history, did Johnny really do the half that he said? Or was it all Timmy that did most of the revisions on this?
Right, perfect.
So you can go in and check, like, were they really sharing? Or how much work did that kid really do? Or I seeing that Johnny's doing most of the work in this? You have the ability to do that. And with slides, you can choose layouts, you can choose different themes. You can play around with it. You can have, they have all these themes here for you that you can use. Or you can import a theme if you find one, or you can just do like a white background and put different text. If you know how to make a PowerPoint, slides is basically the same. You can format, add text. You can add a transition. So if I wanted to have it, I don't know, fade in, I could have it fade. And I can do that. And I can also add comments. So if I wanted to comment and be like, I'm not sure about this slide, you have the ability here to add a comment. Like if there's two of you in there, if you and your student has given you access to the document, you can go up to comments and write, look at the spelling in this slide. And hit comment. So then that way, when the kid goes and looks at the document, he can look and say, oh yeah, I messed up the spelling.
So you have to go where you want that comment.
Right, you would click on that comment. So let's see, if I go to, here's my document. So let me go back here. So if I'm in here and I'm like, I can highlight this area and be like, comment, you may want to reword this. And then when I were to come onto the document, and I'm going to be like, oh, no, I don't, or no, I really don't. I might write a comment back to you, or I go, oh, yes, thanks, and I can hit resolve. I fixed it, I resolved it, I edited it. So you have the ability to comment right there into documents, to slides, to sheets, any of those two, you have the ability to do that too.
what I was doing wrong. I wasn't highlighting.
Yeah, you have to
I
highlight to
hit
comment.
And then I'm like, it's just coming up on the sidebar.
Yes, you have to highlight the area you want to comment about. So the other one that you have is Sheets. If you can use Excel, you can use Sheets. And it's basically the same thing. There's not much difference. The only real difference is you can share it with people and you have the ability to comment on an area. So if I wrote something in here and I was like, you might want to look at that formula, I can hit comment. You may want to look at that formula. Which you can't do in a Excel. And there are some different add-ons, like Sheets, you can get add-ons just for Sheets, which is like Flubberoo, which is really great. If you want to have the ability to grade your Sheets, it will do that for you. And they have some add-ons right here just for Sheets too. So you can play around with those if you use Sheets a lot. How many of you would use Sheets often? None of you. Yeah, I'm not a huge, I don't, honestly, as the teacher, the librarian, I don't use it that much, but it is, think of it as Excel. If you've used Excel, you can use Sheets. I don't use it all that much, but I have the ability to have that. We have about 5 minutes left, and I went over a lot with you. Is there anything you want to ask me questions about? Or you're like, Alyssa, I want to learn about, but I didn't learn about before we're done?
I'm using Google Classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and we just recently went back to Learn to it. So I'm still on the learning phase.
Okay.
How to utilize Actively Learn. But one of the things I noticed with Google Classroom is when you put an assignment in, the only way you seem to be able to rearrange them is to just send it to the top.
Yeah, there is no
no-
easy way, and it annoys me
Yes.
because I am coming.
Prioritize my list.
No, I know. I'm coming from using Edmodo where I could sort of change things around a little and I can make it better. Right now, there is no easy way. Like
So
this
it's not that we have a handicapped version.
Nope. It's right now, Google Classroom can't do that. All I can do right now is it's a stream and I can move it to the top.
The other thing I was having trouble with, and I realized the only solution so far is if you name a document, if you just start typing something into a document, when you go to look for the document to reuse the post on another class, if you have 3 seconds to say, it might say, write an essay as the title, as opposed to.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, what
sometimes you have
so-
to.
I'm giving them names first, and then.
Yes. Always make sure when you're writing a document, that you name it first, because what happens is
It gets lost.
it automatically takes the first sentence and makes it your document, and names it that. So yes, always try to do that. But as you can see, like in my classroom, I have the same, sort of thing too, where you can realize that you can change it in the classroom to be, where is it? Only teacher can post comments,
Right.
or students can comment.
Where is that comment happening?
It would be on the bottom.
Of the actual assignment?
Yes.
Or in the assignment?
If you go here, so if I were to switch it to students can comment or can post and comment, then students in the stream would have the ability to make a post,
Right on your assignment page?
Yeah.
Which I don't want them to.
no, or they can add a comment underneath,
Which I don't want.
which they may or may not want them to do. But make sure then that you're in here, you're choosing students, only teachers can post and comment.
And that's under the word student?
Yes.
Okay. And what is stream? I haven't used that yet.
The stream is basically the page, the big page here.
That whole
thing is called the stream.
assignments, announcements?
Yeah, it's called the stream. Create a question, all of that.
So if you click on the word student, you still see the stream?
No, it automatically shows you all the students that are in your class,
Oh.
that you've either invited or in your class. Like mine's gonna have a large number, don't, because I'm using it differently. And then this about page shows me the about stuff.
Are there any add-ons that help you to convert a PDF file to a Word document or?
I have not found any good ones in the add-ons. And that's a good question. They say that there's a few in there, but I'm not impressed with any of them. I usually, if I have to create do a PDF to something, I will literally go on and Google and search like PDF to Word converter, and those work just as well for me as anything I found here, because I tried using the add-ons there and I was not happy with what I found. Are there any more questions? No? Do you feel like you learned?
Absolutely, using stuff already.
Oh, good.
I like the add-ons.
I know, aren't the add-ons like the best thing ever since
Why
like
need
first?
the speech recognition add-on since you already found the
No, now
speech
they,
thing there?
no, because they just added voice type-in. A lot of these add-ons were made by outside companies before they started adding things in. But just in the last few weeks, they've added voice typing into Google Docs. So because of that, you probably don't need that add-on.
I have a question more about Google Classroom.
Mhm.
Is there a way that like parents can have access?
Not right now, and that's annoying.
Yes.
You can set your you could make that parent a student.
But I tried that, but I heard it was something with like, they had to have like a Somerville,
Oh, they might.
like, cause I tried that with one parent, so I was like, oh, just join, and then they were like, I can't.
Because they don't have a Somerville address,
Even tried like a Gmail account,
and it didn't work.
no. Like, it would be awesome if they could be
Don't
like,
all parents for their Power School, don't they have to have a parent login?
Yeah, but no, they don't have the Somerville. They're,
are they working on that?
they are working on it. I know that is something that, you know what?
That'd be awesome if they
I'm gonna tweet my friends right now.
Free is free.
Let me do this right now. We should do a Twitter PD. Oh my God, I could totally do a Twitter PD, but
Or you should.
um, you can. Alice Keeler and Rich Kiker. Alice Keeler is the Google goddess. Like, if she knows it, she'll tell me it.
With
This woman, Alice Keeler, if you ever follow her on Twitter, she has a book called 50 Things You Can Do with Google Classroom, which is really good. And she is Google certified, and she's like, you name it with Google, she knows it. Any update as to when Google Classroom is going to be, yes, to parents? And usually within like 10, 15 minutes, I'll have an answer for you. On that.
Things would just be so much, like, so much easier if.
But I agree with you. There needs to be that feature. And Modo, which is one that I'm trained in, does have a parent aspect. Google Class doesn't right now. But I think they know it. They know it.
Oh, so it's
They know it, and I know they're working on it.
Oh.
It's just a matter as to when.
There's one called Highlight tool.
Yes, I like Highlight Tool.
Now, here's how I would probably use it. I don't know if it'll do what I want. In Actively Learn, I already downloaded a couple of novels
Mhm.
offered for free into my Actively Learn classroom.
Okay, I don't know actively though.
Well, it links up to Google Classroom automatically.
Okay.
It allows you to add questions. The students can answer the questions.
Okay.
It gives you options to just pull in.
Oh, wow.
Free novels, free plays. So I got Hamlet in there, I got Lover and Hate.
Okay.
Now, if I wanted to highlight those documents, will this tool and it find each other, or is this highlighting tool only operating on a Google Doc?
It might only be operating on the Google Doc.
Okay, so it's not gonna find it in another Google place.
Probably not.
even though it's Google Classroom and actively learn linked.
Unless that thing is in the Google Doc, probably not. Unless you took the text and put it in there.
And if a student sends me a poem.
If it's
writing
students
class,
send you a poem,
which they
then-
share what they shared in Google Classroom.
if
or
I,
Google Docs.
right, if I go to get add on, and I don't have my highlight on this one, I usually have the highlight. Where is it? I like that one highlighting one. What was it? Highlighting tools, I think it's, yes. Where is it? I think it'll allow you to highlight, there it is, use highlighting tools. I can select a highlighting color
That's a feature I have, I can't figure out.
and I can highlight it in yellow. And then if I wanted to highlight this in green,
Is that an add-on?
yes, it's an add-on. So if I wanted to highlight in yellow, and then what it will do is collect my highlights, and then it will, anything that I've highlighted in yellow, it would show up the yellow things.
So I could pull out similes and highlight
Right.
them and they don't appear.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what they would do is if you took a document and you highlighted them all yellow, yes, you could then make this document that then all the similes from that
And
would
my
show
students
up.
are sending me documents in Google Classroom, and typically also into the Google Docs, the Google Drive.
Right, then yes, if it's a Google Drive and it's a Google Doc, then the add-on would work.
Sometimes I get documents that have a blue W, and sometimes I get documents that have a square bunch of white lines. The W one comes up black on the screen, and I
'Cause-
can't do anything with it. The ones that come on the blue square with the horizontal lines.
Because
I
that's
can't-
a Word doc.
Screen.
You have to, because I think what you're telling me, and I'd have to see it,
I can show you.
one is a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And the other one is a Word doc that you would have to convert to a Google Doc
So
for
I
it to
don't want
work.
them sending me the W. I want them
You want them to send you it as a Google Doc. So make sure you signed in here.
So are you part of Ed Camp?
I am.
I knew it.
I do Ed Camp
With,
stuff.
Leslie,
I do.
he,
I was just with Brad